Senator Robert F. Kennedy died 50 years ago today, assassinated as he campaigned for president. His widow, Ethel, marked the anniversary by placing a rose on his grave at Arlington. Tonight, John Dickerson takes us back to the day America said goodbye.
As the 21-car funeral train traveled slowly south from New York City, mourners stood in silence. Did it feel like you were attending a funeral or a mass, or what?
No, it made me feel like I was part of history.
Stephanie Lang was 24 when she watched, with her husband and 2-year-old daughter, as the train passed near her home in Baltimore.
When the train came through, that was the moment that I stopped and put my hand on my heart, knowing, it was a shame that it happened, what happened to him and his family.
They're as mixed in age and sex and color and size. The trip, for this reason, is going to take longer than scheduled.
It's estimated at least 1 million people lined the more than 200-mile route. Aboard, photographer Paul Fusco captured each moment. The 10-row-deep crowds, a couple sitting alone, people perched on walls, or in their backyard. 22 of these rare images are now on exhibit at San Francisco's Museum of Modern Art.
It was fairly solemn because the train was carrying the remains of our last hope.
Michael Scott says seeing them here takes him back to the side of the tracks in Northeast Maryland.
You can see it in their faces. Some are crying. Some of the faces in the pictures are stoic. But there was an energy coming from that train which demanded respect.
Scott was 15 when Kennedy died. He admired him for his protection of civil rights demonstrators. So Scott told his mother he had to see the train.
In the last car, I'm standing there and I see a lady with a veil, and she's sitting next to a casket that's carrying the hope of my family, Black Americans, people from Appalachia, and in that box was Robert Kennedy. That's imprinted in my head, in my mind. I'll never forget that.
The images of the last goodbye for the man and the hope he represented. John Dickerson, CBS News, Baltimore.